Hi, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. I'm Kevin. As you can hear it from my accent, I'm French, and I work at Purchasely. We are an in-app subscription growth platform. We provide solutions for your applications to connect to Google Play Billing, Amazon in-app purchases, Huawei in-app purchases, and of course, Apple Store Kit on iOS. And here I'm going to talk to you about Google Play Billing v5. It's a new version that was released 4 months ago by Google. And so what are we exactly talking about, just so that everybody is on point? We're talking about in-app purchases inside your applications. If you want to provide digital goods to your customers, you need to use in-app purchases with Google if you provide your applications through the Google Play Store. That's what we do at Purchasely, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. And as you can see, a new version was released at Google I/O this year, and this version changed a lot of things. And also, starting this August, all applications must use Google Play Billing version 4, at least. And so it's very important to look at what's going next, because next year, at the same period in 2023, Google is going to require you to update to Google Play Billing version 5. So what's new? In Google Play Billing version 4, you created one subscription. This subscription could be a monthly subscription, an annual, a yearly subscription, a weekly subscription, and this one could have one offer that could have a free trial and or an introductory price. That's it. One subscription, one monthly or yearly or weekly plan. That's it. They changed it, and now subscriptions can have a lot of plans, completely different. It can have a monthly plan, an annual plan, it can have a weekly, and also prepaid plans now, and I'm going to talk to you about it just after. And also, each one of those plans can have multiple offers. So you can have an offer for a new customer, you can have another offer for a returning customer, and again for a yearly plan, and basically you have an unlimited number of offers that you can provide to your user. So this completely changes everything. What does it look like in your interface in Google Play Console? Now it looks like this. So as you can see, I have my product ID, and here just one plan, but if you keep scrolling, you can have multiple plans, as I said, and multiple offers for each of these plans, so like this. And from what I see here, I have my monthly auto-renewing plan, and I have multiple offers inside them. And this is what I decided for IDs, just to show you. But for example, I have a free trial, I have a free trial and an introductory price, for new users, an intro price only for returning users, and again, I can create as many as I want. And about backward compatible, it's for Google Play Billing v4, and I'm going to talk to you about it at the end of the presentation. So this is what it looks like. And there are many new features available in this version. At last, you can finally decide in which country your offers are available. Because before, with Google Play Billing version 4, if you were distributed worldwide with your applications, you could only provide your in-app purchases worldwide. There was no way to say, I just want this offer for France, for UK, for US. No way. Now you can. So you can have specific offers for specific countries or even regions. And also, because there was some trouble in India where they changed the law, not in the advantage of Google, in India, now you cannot have a renewing subscriptions. It's forbidden by law. So Google had to make this change where you can provide a prepaid subscriptions to your users. Prepaid is what Apple calls non-renewing subscriptions. So you can provide a subscription for a monthly, 6 months, 3 months, a year, but after this, for example, 3 months period, the user won't be any longer subscribed automatically to your plan unless you resubscribe again manually. And as I said, you can have multiple offers now, and there is two very good new things that are very good. First, before you could only set a fixed amount for your introductory price. Now you can set a percentage discount on an absolute discount. So this avoids you to make the calculations by yourself. And second thing is now the availability. And this is very important because before your offer can only be provided to new users, new customer acquisition, as I say here in the Play Store, but not for already existing users or not even at your own choice. So if you wanted to provide a free trial to some users, for random users that you are choosing, you could not do that. With Google Play Billing v5, at least you can do it. So when we talk about multiple offers for your users, then you are asking yourself, okay, but in my applications, how do I select what offer I want to provide to my user? And by default, Google is going to put at first the cheapest available offer for your user. So for example, here I have set a free trial, but I have set it after setting my intro price, but it put it back in front because free trial is, of course, cheaper than intro price. And for example, intro price 2 was the second one I set, but since it was cheaper than my intro price I previously did, it's put in front. So my user, if he is eligible to a free trial, is going to have this, or this if he's not, and then this, and et cetera, et cetera. So by default, what you can do as easily to integrate Google Play Building V5 is just say, the first offer available for my user, I'm going to display it to him and make him purchase this one. But what's happening is if you want to target a specific offer for a specific user. For example, you have a returning user or you have a user that is going to churn. This user disabled these renewable subscriptions and you want to win him back. And so you want to provide him a special offer where he has a free trial or a specific intro price. How do you do that? Well, it's a bit complicated, but what Google suggests you to do is using tags. In every offers, you can create up to 20 tags like this. And also in every base plan, so as I said, an offer is in a plan, a monthly, yearly plan. In every plan, you can also create 20 tags, and all of them are inherited, which means that your offer here is going to have the tags you set, but also the tags of your plan. And so, for example, what I can do is create a tag winback, which means that if I want to provide this offer for users that are going to churn, I'm just looking for the tag winbacks in all the available list of offers to provide him this one specifically. What does it look like in your code? So this is my logcat. I made the small logs of everything happening on my product. So I showed you the purchase list V5 that I created for this demo. And as you can see, I have something called pricing phase. And pricing phase are the offers, are inside the offer you provide to your user. So for example, the first one where you see intro price, monthly, etc., are the tags I set. So I know from those tags that it's an intro price for my monthly plan with a 75% reduction, it's renewing. And so the pricing phase for my user is going to be first the intro price and then the regular price. Of course, the last pricing phase for each offer is always the regular price at some point. And so here I see all the offers I can offer to my customer. The pricing phase is going to have. And the important thing is that they also change the way to know if it's a prepaid subscription, a renewing subscriptions, and a non-renewing subscriptions. You know that by the recurrence mode. And I've set the number here. So as you can see, you have the billing cycle count. So the billing cycle count is the number of periodicity for these subscriptions. For example, I can see that as first my intro price, which is a monthly offer, I have a billing cycle count of 2, which means that I have set in Google Play Console that this intro price is going to be available for 2 months to my user before he's going to switch to my regular price. That I have a billing cycle count of 0. 0 means it's infinite, because I see the recurrence mode is infinite. So all good. And I have other examples, but basically what I'm also interested in is this one. So I can see that billing cycle count is 0 and recurrence mode is 3, which means that it's a non-recurring subscription. And I've said it here, it's a non-renewing subscription. So this one does not have any proper offer. It's just a regular price for my monthly prepaid plan. So here, with the tags and knowing this recurrence mode, I can select which offer I want to provide to my user. But as I said, if you don't want to bother with it, just provide the first one available. So I know that the intro price is going to be the cheapest one available for my user at that point. Because this is also a very interesting change in Google Play Building V5. Before, you couldn't know if your user was eligible to a free trial or to an intro price. Well, it was very complicated because you had to fetch his history of purchases to see if you purchased this plan before, and etc. But now, Google is providing you the information directly because every pricing phase I see here are the ones that are actually available to my user. And for example, I have set up a free trial, as you could see in my previous screen. But here, I don't see it because I was not eligible for that offer since I already enjoyed it. But I see another one here, free trial, that I've put a tag choice. Because this one, I have a free trial available to my user that I have set as developer choice, which means that I am the one deciding when this user has this free trial available. So if I want, I can provide the free trial to my user if I want to override the default behavior of Google. So if you have the V4 code in your applications, what exactly do you have to do? SDK-wise, it's not very complicated. They changed everything because you come from a SKU details to a product details, but you find the same kind of information inside. So what I did in my project is I created a Google product just to have a proper object that I can play with, and I can remove the new label values that Google is sending me. And so I see that there is no longer a mention of SKU. It does not exist. Now it's a product ID. And I have the one-time purchase available for my plan or the subscriptions offer available for my plan. And just for information, the one-time purchase didn't change at all. So it's exactly the same thing as before, only subscriptions changed. And here I can retrieve my pricing phases, so I know which price is going to be billed to my customer if I present this offer. A very interesting point here, you have the offer token. This is very important and it's useful for the next phase where you want to start the purchase for your user. Because now you don't provide the product ID you want your user to purchase, you provide the offer token so that Google knows exactly which offer you provide to your user. So this is a change. Before, when you wanted to start purchase, does this work? Yes. You just set up the SKU details, so the basic object that Google returned to you, and you said, I want to buy this one, and let's go. The other code you see, you just obfuscated the account ID, profile ID to make sure there is no fraud. And this is the proration mode for the upgrade-downgrade policy, because I can upgrade the subscription of my user from a monthly to a yearly, for example. This part does not change that much in Google Play Building V5, but what changed is that now I do not provide the object, the SKU details that Google is sending me, that is now product details, because it has so many offers. So I have to look at the offers inside. Here, for example, I take the first one, and I take the offer token available. And I say to Google, this is the offer token I want to purchase for these product details. And now I can start my purchase in V5. So SDK-wise, basically that's it. There is a few other methods that change, but you will see the compilation error in Android Studio, and it's very easy to fix. Basically, they just change everything called SKU by product. But what is very also important is that they decided to change the SDK and the API. And the API is very important for two things. First, to validate the transaction with Google, because every user with a little knowledge can change the response from Google Play to say that he purchased something that he did not. So you always have to send the receipt, the purchase token of the receipt of your user to your backend to verify with Google API that the purchase is valid. And this one changed because you will see just after, but now we talk about subscription state, subscription purchase line items, etc. And also, they provide the subscription publishing API. It was here before, but they changed everything. They changed everything in Google Play Console. So now, instead of retrieving just the subscription available, you retrieve all the base plans and offer available. And for example, this screen is what makes available thanks to this API. This is thanks to this that you can create the complete funnel of subscriptions from your user, knowing that he had a one-time purchase, he created a new subscription, he was refunded, he ended his trial period, etc., etc. You need to use Google API for that. So what changed in the API? They revamped it and changed the names. You find the same information. Basically, they didn't change the name of everything. But as you can see, it's almost look-alike. But there is a very important part missing, which is the base plan that the user chose, the offer that it chose. Maybe use the promotion code to enjoy this offer because, you know, in Google, you can create promotion codes for your users. And the pricing. You don't know which price the user pay. So it means that your API, your backend developers, doesn't know at all which offer you provided to your user, for which price, for which currency, if there was a promotion, if it was a free trial. You don't know any of this, because what you know is only the subscription ID that you have here. But this subscription ID is a subscription, which means that it can have a monthly plan, a yearly plan, a free trial, intro price. And unfortunately, there is no way to know from the API. The only way to do it is send it from your applications, which means that when you provide an offer to your user and you start the purchase, when you send the purchase token to your API for them to verify the purchase, you should also send the pricing phases. Because the pricing phases you saw here, are the ones that are going to be paid by your users, and you know if it's a free trial, intro price, etc. So for example, if I choose the choice free trial, I'm going to send to my backend the purchase token, but also the first pricing phase and the second one and the third one, so that my backend knows that for 1 month, I'm going to be in a free trial, then for another month, I'm going to be in an intro price, and then I'm going to be at the regular price. And I see the price in euros in that example, but I have the currency code and everything. And that is the only way for your backend to know. Finally, let's say you saw everything and you're like, okay, Google Play Building v5 looks very interesting, but I do not want to implement it right now. I still want to keep v4. It's possible because Google migrated all your subscriptions to v4. And you can create new ones, of course. All you have to be careful about is backwards compatible, which means that since before you could only have one plan and one offer per plan, the same thing applies. You will only have one backwards compatible offer and one backwards compatible plan. So if I have a yearly plan, a prepaid plan, whatever after this, it won't work with v4. Only this one will be available to my user if I use SDK v4. So what I would suggest is only update if you want to enjoy the new offer capabilities, to offer prepaid plans to your user, to change your country availability, to have special offers for special users if you want to win them back, to prevent churn. If you do not care about the pricing information, normally a lot of developers don't really care about what the user is paying. They trust Google and don't want to have statistical information about it. But if you do, I would not suggest to use Google Play Building v5 because it's very, very hard to know. And for example, if you change the pricing of your plans, you will never know that your user also changed the pricing that he was paying. So it's difficult to have this info, too difficult, even impossible to have this information right now. And also the API comes with a lot of coming soon. If you go to the Google Play Building page information, you will see a lot, like for example, pricing information coming soon, but coming soon when, we don't know. And I will only suggest it if it's your first implementation of Google Play Building. Because if it's your first implementation, go directly with Google Play Building v5. You will have all that you need. And that's it for me. Thank you very much for attending. I will be present at the Purchasely booth downstairs in the sponsor area. And I'm available, of course, if you have any questions. Thank you.